Hello everyone, Corey here coming at you today. It is Thursday, March 5th today. I hope that you're out and having a chance to enjoy some of the beautiful weather that we've had over the last couple of days. I understand we're going to have a bit of a rainstorm this weekend, so I thought I should get out today and go for a walk, and happen to have my selfie stick with me. So a beautiful day, starting to feel like spring. I'm outside the Agri-Fair Arena here at Exhibition Park in Abbotsford, working away in the Agri-Fair office. We are just going great guns with the planning of Agri-Fair 2025. Have had a number of meetings with different board members this week as we look forward to what Agri-Fair 2025 is going to look like. And I'm just getting really excited because we're getting close to be able to start announcing some of the really cool stuff that we've got planned for this year's Agri-Fair. Of course, August long weekend, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And that sunshine is just blazing out here in the beautiful Fraser Valley. Well, it's been over a week since my last walk and talk. I put a video up last Monday, and what has happened since last Monday? Well, I did let you all know last Monday that Yosuke and I were headed off to Las Vegas to see Garth Brooks at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. And what an incredible show. Everything about it blew my mind. And it's not like it's the first time that I've ever gone to see a Garth Brooks show. This is my 5th Garth Brooks show. 2 arena concerts, one at Rogers Arena when it was GM Place, and one at the Pacific Coliseum. And then 2 stadium shows. Yosuke and I went to Tacoma for one of the stadium shows, and we also went up and hung out with our friends Mike and Tanya in Edmonton when Garth did his stadium shows in Edmonton as well. This was the first time seeing Garth in a more intimate venue. The beautiful Coliseum Theater at Caesar's Palace in Vegas that was, of course, built for Celine Dion's residency in Vegas. Celine Dion did something like 1,100 shows in Vegas, and Caesar's Palace actually built the Coliseum Theater special custom for Celine's show. So, of course, since Celine's been there, a number of big names, Rod Stewart, I think Adele, and now Garth, just finishing up his residency there as well. The venue holds about 4,100 people, a lot different from 12 or 16,000 in the arena or 50 or 60,000 people in the stadium tours. And immediately after the concert on Friday night, I was asked if it was the best Garth Brooks show I had ever been to. And that was really hard for me to answer. Each venue is so different and provides such a different experience. And while I loved the intimacy of being in that small theater, for the energy that Garth puts into his shows, I almost feel like the arena shows were the best bang for our buck, just because of the amount of energy and effects, and just, I mean, those Coliseums are just vibrating. And the theater experience, was so thankful to have had that experience. It was very intimate. I don't know, we were only 20 rows or so back, so we were up close and personal. As my friend Dave said, we didn't even feel like we needed to watch the big screen. The that apparently added $10 million to the cost of the theater, that big screen. Yeah, it was a fantastic show. A couple of really interesting points about the show. As we walked into the theater, our phones were locked. So we were all handed a pouch. I don't know what it was made of, nylon pouch or something. Our phones went in the pouch, and the pouch was closed. I think it was a magnetic lock that the pouches were closed. And so nobody in the theater had access to their phones during the show. As we exited the theater, the pouches were unlocked and we got our phones back. But what a great experience to be able to watch a show, number one, without the distraction of having the phone, but also without the distraction of everybody in the audience watching the show through their phones. And I can only imagine as an artist on stage what it's like to perform to a crowd of cell phones, as opposed to a crowd that's fully engaged and focused on what's happening on the stage. I have to admit, a few seconds of anxiety when I realized I couldn't even pull my phone out and take a picture of the theater or the stage. But it was a fantastic experience, and I applaud Garth for doing it. And anybody who ever gets an opportunity to see a show without cell phones, I highly recommend it. Got a lot of really cool photos and videos from our trip to Vegas. We went down on Thursday, crossed at Sumas, got on a plane in Bellingham, flew down to Vegas. We were there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, came home Sunday afternoon, and the concert was on Friday. So Yosuke and I aren't big gamblers whatsoever. We're not gamblers at all. We didn't even put a penny into a slot machine, if that's what you do. But we love the entertainment, events, hospitality aspect of the city. You know, the entertainment mecca of probably the world, we could say. And of course, just a ton of really, really good food. You know, the downsides of Vegas, you know, it's always sad to me to see extreme alcoholism at its finest or at its worst. And of course, the price of everything in Vegas is it's discouraging. But we had a great weekend, ate lots of great food, hung out with our friends Dave and Aaron, which was fun to have those guys to travel with and to experience the Garth show with. But you know, social media for me is a tool to journal what we do. I love getting Facebook memories reminding me what I did 10 or 15 years ago. It provides a timeline that you can go back and say, hey, when did we go to Vegas last? Or when did we, whatever. And also to share experiences. We all have different experiences. We all have a different lived experience. And I really like sharing experiences from my own perspective, but also learning and hearing about what other folks are doing in their lives and hearing their perspective of those activities. But I haven't posted anything about our trip to Vegas. And I'm really sad about that because it was a bucket list item to see Garth at Caesar's Palace, was a bucket list item. Yosuke did a bunch of research on some underground hidden speakeasies around Vegas. And so we had an incredible experience in a speakeasy, actually in the basement of the Mob Museum, which turned out to be like a 1920s jazz club down there. Had to know the password to get in and everything. So we had an absolutely incredible time, and I'd love to share it. But I'm really sensitive to the fact that, we're on this whole boycott USA phase. And I'm obviously completely opposed, disgusted by some of the stuff that I see coming from the President of the United States. And I'm not a big USA guy. I think the last time I went to the United States was about 2017. A bunch of us went to Vegas. I think before that, Yosuke and I might have went down to Seattle for a weekend. I generally, the US is not somewhere that I choose. It's not my first pick to go. I don't shop in the States. I don't do anything like that. But this was a very specific purpose that we went down for, to spend some time with friends. Kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that we actually booked. We bought our tickets, we booked our flights, we booked our hotels, like way before the election. I think it might have even been like August or September that we booked this trip. And I'm really sensitive to the potential of upsetting or pissing anybody off, disappointing anyone. A friend of mine said, yeah, there might be some people that are disappointed that you went to the United States. I get that. I totally get that. But what I also get is that, especially in these times, if we don't prioritize things that we want to do and want to accomplish and want to see, if we don't prioritize our own lived experiences while we're here on this earth over the irrational actions of one person who is completely disrupting our world order, if we allow that one person to totally put a kibosh on our on our lives and on our dreams, and allow him to remove things from our bucket lists and steal experiences like what I just had with my friends and my husband and Garth, I'm not into that either. I'm not going to let him change how I live my life and rob me of experiences, once in a lifetime experiences that I have an opportunity to do. So I am Canadian. I am a supporter of those who are standing up, elbows up. I'm in. I get it. I'm there with the rest of Canada. But it really makes me sad to think that I don't even feel comfortable sharing my experiences because we're pissed off at Trump. And so I sat at my computer twice already to do the post, and I haven't. Yosuke produced an incredible reel with some different photos and videos of the trip, and he shared it on his Instagram, and I did share that on my stories as well, and we've got great feedback on that. I think that might be as far as we go in terms of sharing this experience on our socials. And you know, if not because I want to protect myself from backlash, I don't like upsetting other people. And I just have a feeling that if I post about what a fantastic time that we had in Vegas in the middle of all of this turmoil between our two countries, that it could be upsetting to some people. So, you know, really, when I came out to walk today, you know, and what's on my mind and what's on my heart, that's really what I wanted to talk about today, and just be able to express my sadness, my frustration, and my fear that whether or not the tariffs come on, stay on, whether or not our economy goes into recession because of what's happening in the White House, regardless of all of that, whether or not any of that is anything more than just a whole lot of bluster and distractions, I'm just really scared that he's taking away our individual, I don't know, what do you call it, liberties? And I just don't want that to happen to us. So I'd love to hear people's thoughts. You know, my Facebook feed is freaking full of the crap. And I even said to a friend this week, I said, I think I might have to get off Facebook for a while because I'm anxious, I'm scared, I'm worried, trying to figure out what do we do. But I think what we don't do is allow this to totally throw a wrench into our lives and in our plans. So I'm happy to hear your feedback on all of that. Yeah. And to be honest with you, our experience in the United States last weekend was no different than any other experience we've had, other than Vegas is really expensive, especially with our dollar being so low right now. So, you know, that's the negative. But the positive is Yosuke and I have some core memories that are going to stay with us for a very, very long time. We got to spend some quality time with some very good friends, and I got to see Garth Brooks for the 5th time. So yeah, mull that over, reach out with comments or send me a message, or let's go for a coffee and talk about it. I think the most important thing we can do is talk about it and express our opinions and share our perspectives. And I got a lot rolling around in my head right now, and I'd love to sit down over a coffee and share it, and to hear what's got you anxious these days as well. So I'm gonna end it there, just under 20 minutes. Bronwyn asked me to ask all of you, how long of a video, a Facebook video, we actually sit and watch. I've noticed that the number of people commenting my word or my question of the video has gone down a little bit. The views are still up, but I'm just wondering how many are actually watching right through on a full 20-minute video, or if you kind of lose it after 12 or 10 or maybe 30 seconds in, you're jumping out. I don't know. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about letting Trump steal our lives from us, and whether or not you're pissed off that I went to Vegas for the weekend. Let me know how long of a video you're generally open to viewing. And just because I spent a lot of time looking for a new car in the last couple of days, today's word is going to be Volkswagen. If you've watched this video right to the very end, head into the comments, type the word Volkswagen. VW will do. I always misspell Volkswagen. And let me know that you watched the video all the way to the end. Get out and enjoy the day, everybody. There's a few hours of sunlight left. The sun will do you good. Just let the vitamin D soak in and let it lift your spirits. Be kind to one another. Love you lots. We'll see you again real soon. Bye, everybody.